Hi everybody. Today my name is P. Keshuchan. Today I'll teach you biology chapter of grade 8 cell structure and function. Today we learn about cell definition, discovery of cell, variation in sizes of cells, cell types which are prokaryotic and eukaryotic, and animal cells and plant cells and the differences, cell parts mainly of nucleus and cell wall. Now, definition of cell. A cell is the smallest unit that is capable of performing life functions. Smallest living unit. Most cells are microscopic, means they are very small and they can only be seen through a microscope. The discovery of cells. Robert Hooke, in the mid of 1600s, observed a row of empty boxes and coined the term cell. Row of empty boxes while he was seeing in a cork. Cell discovery. Detailed study of cell began in 1830s. A unifying concept in biology states that all organisms are composed of cells. All cells come only from pre-existing cells through cell division. Cells are the smallest structural functional unit of organisms. Organisms and cells. As you can see, this is the plant and this is its cell, and this is the animal and this is its cell, and the plant cell size is 50 and animal cell size is 140 which is more than the size of a plant cell. This is the sizes chart of a living things. As you can see, it is from 0.1 nm to approximately 1 kilometer. You can see it. Cell size. Cells range in size from 1 millimeter down to 1 micrometer. Cells need a large surface area of plasma membrane to adequately exchange materials. The surface area to volume ratio requires that cells be small. Large cells. Surface area related to volume decreases. Volume is living cytoplasm which demands nutrients and produces wastes. Cells specialize in absorption utilize membrane modifications such as microvilli to greatly increase surface area per unit volume. Characteristic of all cells. Surrounding membrane. Protoplasm. Cell contains in thick fluid. Organelles. Structures for cell function. Control center with D and A. These are the main examples of cells. Amoeba. This is a cell of a plant stem. This is bacteria. And this is a red blood cell. And these are the nerve cells which are in the human body and the animals, living things. Cell types. Cell types are mainly of two types, prokaryotic and eukaryotic. Prokaryotic cells are the first cell type on earth. Cell type of bacteria and archaea do not have structures surrounded by membranes. Few internal structures. One-celled organisms, bacteria, lack a membrane-bound nucleus. Structurally smaller and simpler than eukaryotic, which have nucleus. So eukaryotic cells have nucleus. Prokaryotic cells are placed in two taxonomic domains. One, bacteria and archaea, and two, domains are structurally similar but biochemically different. Eukaryotic cell. Eukaryotic cell contains organelles surrounded by membranes. Most living organisms are eukaryotic. This is the cross section of a plant cell and this is of an animal cell. Eukaryotic cells. Nucleus bound by membrane. Include fungi, protists, plant and animal cells. Possesses many organelles. Domain eukarya includes protists, fungi, plants, animals. Cells contain membrane bound nucleus that houses DNA. Specialized organelles. Plasma membrane, much larger than prokaryotic cell. Some cells, example plant cells, have cell wall. Prokaryotic cells versus eukaryotic cells. We will study their differences and the similarities. Prokaryotic have no nucleus and a very few organelles. DNA is not there. Eukaryotic cells, eukaryotes larger, more complex. They have nucleus and well-defined nucleus and many organelles and DNA is inside the nucleus. As we can see in this Venn diagram, DNA in prokaryotes, DNA is free floating. In eukaryotes, nucleus, the DNA is free floating, and eukaryotes, these all are there. In the similarities, and the similarities between them, that they have cell membrane, both of them have cell membrane, and they both of them contain DNA. This is the view of a typical animal cell. Because you can see this border, you just view this. This is the cross section of an animal cell. So you can see this violet color border, that's the plasma membrane. As you can see, this white violet color border is called as the plasma membrane, and this blue color with irregular shape is called endoplasmic reticulum, and the center, which is there, is called as nucleus. And these all small blue color dots are known as ribosomes, which nutrients, and this is almost similar to a endoplasmic epithelium, but it's small, called Golgi apparatus. And these kidney shaped things are called mitochondria, and these green color circle shaped are isosome. Now this is the cross section of animal cell. Outside is cell membrane, then lysosome and nucleus, nucleolus, cell membrane, nuclear membrane, vacuole, mitochondrion, ribosomes, Golgi body, smooth ER and rough ER, cytoplasm and centrosomes. This is the cross section of animal cells. This is the representative of animal cells. 3D representation. As you can see, this is the nucleolus. This is the nucleolus. This is the ribosomes, rough endoplasmic epithelium, centrioles, microtubules, cilia, plasma membrane. There are many parts of a cell. Now we'll come to a plant cell. In plant cell, there is a large central vacuole. It's much larger than that of a vacuole of a animal cell. And sometimes it happens that the vacuole covers 3/4 of the cell. So other things are approximately same as that of plant cell, animal cell. The mitochondrion, vacuole membrane, chloroplast, Golgi apparatus, cell membrane, cell wall. And one more thing, plant cells have another additional layer on top of the cell membrane, which is called as the cell wall. It gives color, rigidity, and shape to the cell. This is a 3D representation of plant cell, and this is the cross section of plant cell. Plant cell versus animal cells. Both plant and animal cells contain a variety of organelles. Some structures specific to either plants or animals. But here we can see what plant cells only contain and what only animal cells contain. Plant cells only contain cell wall, chloroplast, large central vacuoles. This also means that animal cells don't contain cell wall, chloroplast, large central vacuoles. And animal cells contain centrioles, which is not present in plant cells. This is a 3D representation of animal cells. This is a 3D representation of plant cells. Now we'll go about cell parts. First, nucleus. Nucleus directs all cell activities. It is called the control center or command center of the cell. It is separated from the cytoplasm by nuclear envelope, or known as nuclear membrane. And the membrane is double layered and they have pores in between. It's called as nuclear pore. It contains genetic material, DNA. It contains chromosomes and nucleolus. Just as a cell will have a center as a nucleus, and nucleus will have another center called as a nucleolus. Nucleolus. It is inside the nucleus. Inside the nucleus contains DNA, forms ribosomes. Nuclear membrane surrounds the nucleus, separates nucleus from rest of cell. Made of 2 layers, double membrane, has pores called as nuclear pore. Openings allow material to enter and leave nucleus. Cell membrane. Outer membrane of cell in both animal and plant cells that controls movement in and out. Cell membrane is in both plant cell and animal cell. The cell wall is only in plant cell. DNA. Hereditary material, chromosomes, DNA, proteins form cell vision and chromatin fibers. Now cell wall. Found in plant cells and bacteria. Supports and protects cells. Provides support and protection for plant cell walls. Made of porous cellulose, so it does not regulate what enters and leaves. Found in plant cells, fungi, and many protists. Surrounds plasma membrane. Cell wall differences. In plants, the cell wall is mostly cellulose, and in fungi, it contains chitin. Now we'll go inside the cell. Chromosomes. Chromosomes are inside the nucleus, made of DNA, contains instructions for traits and characteristics. So basically they contain the characteristics of that person. Cytoplasm. It is a gel-like mixture surrounded by cell membrane, contains hereditary material, viscous fluid containing organelles, components of cytoplasm, interconnected filaments and fibers. Fluid are called as cytosol. Organelles but not nucleus. Storage substances. Endoplasmic reticulum. Moves materials around in cell. Smooth type lacks ribosomes. Rough type ribosomes embedded in surface. Ribosomes. Each cell contains thousands of ribosomes. Make proteins found on ribosomes and floating through the cell. Mitochondria. They have their own DNA, bound by double membrane, produces energy through chemical reactions, controls the level of water and other material cell, recycles and decomposes proteins, fats and carbohydrates, break down fuel molecules, cellular respiration, glucose, fatty acids, release energy, ATP. Lysosomes. Contains digestive enzymes. Functions aid in cell renewal, breakdown cell old cell part digestion areas. You can see the other points. I'll send the link in the description. Vacuoles. Membrane bound sacs for storage, digestion, waste removal. Contains water solution. Help plants maintain shape. Membrane bound storage sacs. More common plants in animals. Contains water and food wastes. Membranous sacs that are larger in vesicles store more materials that can occur in excess. Others very specialized contractile vacuole. Plant cells typically have central vacuole, up to 90% of volume of some cells. Functions: storage of water, nutrients, pigments, and waste products. Development of turgor pressure. Some functions performed by isosomes in other eukaryotes. Organelles. Cellular machinery, two kinds in there are membranes, bacteria. And as you already seen, this is the 3D diagram of a cell. Chloroplasts, usually found in plant cells. Contains green chlorophyll which is used for photosynthesis. And photosynthesis process where plants make their own food. Derived from photosynthetic bacteria. Solar energy, capturing an organelle. Cell specialization. There are three main types of cells. This is the cell, nerve cell, blood cell, and muscle cells. And this is the Golgi apparatus function. Molecules come in vesicles. Vesicles fuse with Golgi membrane. Molecules may be modified by Golgi. Molecules pinched off in separate vesicle. Vesicle leaves Golgi apparatus. Vesicles may combine with plasma membrane to secrete contents. Thank you. Please subscribe my channel. My name is PK Shujan. Signing off. Thank you.